And I am assuming I am now live. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. Let's see if a few people bopped in. I can see. Yip, yip, yip. Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I missed you so much. Not that I didn't enjoy my vacay, but I definitely missed you. Let's see if we can get a few more people into the room. I love the fact that you guys are willing to share your Saturday with me. That is absolutely amazing. Say hi in the chat if you're here. Let us know where you're coming from, where you are. Are you in Canada? Are you in the US? Uh, Australia shows up every now and then. UK. Let's see where you are. If you can, of course, like be safe. If you're listening to this while you're driving or something, please don't. That would be terrible. So, anyways, why I wanted to do this is holy mollies. Like, well, I guess most of you know that I only really started focusing on YouTube and YouTube content. I'm going to say October 2023. So it hasn't been that long. And I kind of just threw everything I had at it and thought I'll learn as I go. And I can see some people showing up. Say hi in the chat so I know who's here. And boy, oh boy, have I learned so much about not only YouTube, but my audience in the last little while. Hi, Laura, from your couch. You're adorable. That is amazing. I'm not on my couch, but that's where my tush will be shortly after this live. I have one more thing I want to finish, and then that's where I'll be. So, yay, good on you. It's a nice way to spend the Saturday. I'm hoping you're warm and comfy wherever you are. So, wherever your couch is located. As I was saying, well, for one, I missed you guys tons. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy creating videos for you. I enjoy helping you understand terminology or things from an Indigenous perspective to help you understand why some things are so challenging and why some things are showing up in the news. So I love the comments. I love I don't know if you realize this, but when you comment on a video, I get an email sent to me telling me you've commented. And that's just like, I don't know, frosting on a really great cake. It's just a little happy moment in my day. And I get to go check out what you said. And I just love it, love it, love it. So, as much as I loved my vacation, I missed you guys. So, as I was saying, over this last little while, I just learned a lot about you, as in who my viewers are, and a lot about YouTube. And to start off, if there was one thing I learned, it was loud and clear. It was blatant. I'm not always the best at picking up subtle things, but this was not subtle in any way, shape, or form. Holy mollies, you guys don't like video courses. Now, I do not regret running a day that changed everything. The week before, the week I was gone, and the week after my vacation, because that would have been a lot of videos I would have had to rush to shoot before I left. There is no way the quality would have been what you deserve. They wouldn't have come across as authentic because I would have been focused on churning out all these videos rather than focused on whatever information I wanted to share with you. You deserve better than that. And I'm actually really super proud of a day that changed everything, the live seminar and the video course. But from the viewership, holy mollies, you guys definitely prefer my usual content. So when I go on my next vacation, I will definitely keep that in mind. I will start preparing much further in the future so that you have the video content you appreciate and hopefully still keep watching them because video courses, no, not what you're into. And thanks for the information. I appreciate it. Now, I thought I would share this with you because I don't know, you can let me know in the comments if it surprises you or not. I YouTube is amazing in that it gives you stats, right? Statistics. And some of them surprise me, some of them don't. I have them open on my other monitor because I wanted the most up-to-date statistics. And now, who is it? Ed Milet. I have mentioned him a few times in my videos because I watch his podcast and videos all the time. And one of the phrases he uses all the time is, "You are the most qualified to help the person you used to be." You are the most qualified to help the person you used to be. So whatever struggle you went through, you are now completely qualified to help people going through that struggle. And when I was looking at the statistics, like I had to smile at the ones that are totally me. And then I was surprised at the ones that aren't. So for example, on YouTube, you have the option of releasing videos, releasing shorts, which are the very short videos, or doing live events like this. In order of popularity for my viewership, videos hand down, like way ahead, left the others in the dust. Shorts, like a second, like a strong second. I was surprised. And shorts and live are actually tied, which is so me. By the way, yeah, that couldn't be more me. So I thought that was funny. Now, this one kind of surprised me. Definitely not what I expected going into this little song and dance routine. When I look at the country where my viewers are located, 46% are in Canada. 46%. My entire channel is about Indigenous Canadian reconciliation, and only 46% of my viewers are Canadian. That surprised me. 35% are United States. That didn't surprise me because actually, now I try my best to respond to comments when people comment on my videos, and a large part of the people commenting are American. Because especially with the Indigenous, there's different with the blood quantum and the whole bit. So there's different ways to qualify as being Indigenous in the States as opposed to Canada. And that comes out in the comments. You'll see that. So that didn't surprise me. The fact that only 46% are Canadian definitely did. I thought it was funny that 83% of you do not use subtitles. My daughter does all the time. I so don't. 13% do, mind you. 51% of the people that watch my videos have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. That is fuel. That inspires me. 48%, 48.9% actually, are not subscribed. And I think that's pretty standard on YouTube from following other people and hearing what they say. You know what didn't surprise me? A few people here, you can comment in chat if you want. Take a shot at the percentage of women to men watching my videos. What percentage of my viewers do you think are women? Let's see, take a shot, a guess at what percentage you think of my viewership are women as opposed to men. Okay, Laura, 70%. That I would say that's not a bad guess. Not bad at all. Are you ready? Are you ready? 85%. That's my career. That has been my entire career. And actually, when I started long before reconciliation, when I was just working in empowering people, it was empowering women. So I guess I was proving Ed Milet's quote even before I heard Ed Milet's quote. I was helping the women that I used to be. I did many speeches in shelters for abused women. And I knew how terrified they were, and I spoke to that because I knew if I could identify with them sitting in the shelter, if I could get them identifying with me now out and safe, that it would so help them. So that didn't surprise me. 14.7% are men. What did surprise me, maybe it shouldn't have, but it did, 56%. I have to look up the stats for like YouTube as a general overall, but 56% of my viewership are over the age of 65. I did not know that. I would not have guessed that. Now, the next highest one, 36%, or 55 to 64, which is my age group. So that doesn't surprise me. And I would have guessed that's where the largest group was, but it's not. It's 65% and up. That's bizarre. Well, it's not bizarre, it's the truth. But yeah, who knew that? Let me know in the chat if any of that surprised you. Kind of did surprise me. Now, I did some thinking while I was laying on a beach because I didn't chat with you, but I was definitely thinking of you. I don't do this because it's my job. I do this because I love this work and I love the people I get to work with, including you. So of course I was thinking of you. I wouldn't stop thinking of you. But way back when, I should have pulled it out. Nope, this side. Honorary Indian. Yeah, right there. My first book. I knew nothing about writing books. I just was so desperate to capture my mom's teachings. She had recently passed on, and I was so scared that that my memory was gonna fade and I was gonna lose those teachings. So I frantically wrote that book to capture the teachings. And it became a bestseller, which in Canada is selling more than 10,000 copies. My first 3 books are bestsellers. The second one, or the last one, hasn't reached that status yet. But I noticed that a lot of non-Indigenous people purchased the book, and that's totally cool and fine. But I also noticed, and I've shared this in past videos, where in mainstream, through Indigenous eyes, to me, my perspective, in mainstream, often what is asked of you is just very superficial reading. You read the manual and take it at face value. You read the instruction sheet, you read the contract, and if it doesn't say it, it doesn't say it. You just take it as it is. That is not Indigenous teachings or Indigenous worldview. We are taught to sit and listen and to contemplate it. My friends tease me about this. Yes, I'm yawning, and I ate this time. My friends tease me about this all the time because you send me an email. I may read that email 10 different times. I'm going to sit, I'm going to read it, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to read it and think about it. And I may get more, like you might end up getting 3 responses to that email. Because depending on the email, if you're telling me you're doing great and it's very short and sweet, obviously not. But if you've shared something deeper, then yes, there's a really good chance that's going to happen. So I actually sat down with one of my elders. It really super bothered me that people were not getting as much out of that first book as I thought they could because they weren't going deep. They weren't, even though the foreword to the book instructs them to do that, they weren't. They were just, I was getting comments like, "Oh, that's such a nice story." It wasn't meant to be a nice story. It was meant to be impactful and evocative and, thought inducing or whatever. And I mentioned to the elder, like, they're not, like, they don't understand. They're not going deep, is the phrase we use. And she kind of laughed. My throat, my voice still, my cough from my vacation. She kind of laughed at me and she said, "Well, I guess you're going to have to teach them." Be careful when you ask an elder for advice. You may not like the answer or what you have to do. So why am I sharing that story with you? I I was just going to say I'm not going to rewrite the book. I actually did rewrite the book. The new edition, which is Honorary Indian Decolonized, is actually coming out in a couple months. I'll do some kind of blast for that. Maybe I'll do a live and do like a reading from it. That would be interesting. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Whether you're watching this right now live or you watch the replay, let me know what you think of that. Oh, I'm pushing my voice today. Bad, 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 bad. Last video I'm doing today, promise. Why was I sharing that? Because you're going to notice a difference in my videos starting on Monday, February 12th. So Monday. There's a new segment to the videos and it's called Painting the Picture, like Frida told me to do. So I am going to share my usual content. But I realize sometimes, especially if you're new to my channel, you might be thinking, what in the world has this got to do with Indigenous Canadian reconciliation? The Painting the Picture segment connects the two parts. So it will just blatantly just draw the picture for you, showing how whatever the topic of that video connects to Canadian Indigenous reconciliation. So watch for it. It's called the Paint the Picture segment. What's coming up? I have so many different. What were my videos coming up? I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. Holy molies, did you guys like the podcast episode today where I introduced the word descendians? That got people's attention. So I knew the listenership was still out there. You just didn't like video courses, but that was amazing to see. Tomorrow, now, if you've been watching my videos, you know member only videos totally didn't work for me. By the way, if you're a member watching this, all of next week's videos, not all of them, but most of them, you can already watch them because the members can see them early. So as soon as I upload them, you get to see them. You literally could not see them faster. They don't exist before you see them. So all of these videos I'm about to mention, you can already see. So tomorrow's, hi, Patricia, you liked the course. Yes, you did. And you commented. I got the emails. I so super appreciated that. That was not the norm, but I'm so thrilled that you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, so like I said, I'm not doing members only videos. At the Sunday video, there is a Sunday video. It goes out to everyone. Enough with the exclusivity. That didn't work. Didn't work with my teachings, didn't work with my viewers, just didn't work. But what I decided to do was Sunday videos will tend to be more instructional. Probably all of my videos are that way to a certain extent. I'm always trying to share information, but this is more like what I would say. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate knowing that. So I so appreciate hearing that because it definitely didn't look that way with the numbers. But Sunday videos are definitely going to be more like almost they're not. I'm creating original videos for Sunday, but it's almost going to be like a clip out of my seminars, my live or my keynotes, whatever the case may be. You have heard me talk about internalized oppression 100 times. And that's what happens if you belong to a group that's been oppressed for a long period of time. You internalize it. You start to believe the stereotypes about yourself and the people in your group. So now it's not even, the outside doesn't have to work as hard. Have you ever heard, it's probably a myth, I don't know if it's true, everyone's talked about it for years, but how Like in the circus with the elephants, and you have the baby elephant, and they put a big, huge chain on the leg of the baby elephant. So every time he tries to get away, he could barely move the chain. And as the elephant grows, like it stays this big, heavy chain for quite a while. But as the elephant grows, they can actually reduce the chain, and you end up seeing these gigantic elephants with just a small chain holding them. And the elephant doesn't even try to get away because it has been conditioned to believe, it remembers it's tried 100 times and it could never break the chain, so it doesn't bother trying again. That's internalized oppression. That you don't need the outside force stopping you anymore because you now believe that force. You believe what they were trying to teach you, that you can't get away. And for Indigenous people, internalized oppression is a reality. They believe poverty is their future. Hi, Z. And so I spend a lot of time talking about internalized oppression, but there are 6 solutions. There are 6 things that people who suffer from internalized oppression, by the way, women are an oppressed group. So even if you're not Indigenous, there's a really good chance you believe there's certain things you can't do because you're a woman. That's internalized oppression. So tomorrow's, what would have been a members only video, but isn't, it's now the Sunday video, is the 6 solutions to internalized oppression. So if that sounds interesting to you, check it out tomorrow. Feel free to share it with anyone. Always feel free to share a video with anyone you think can help it. Just because I can't get to them doesn't mean, it shows you love them, right? That you're concerned about them. On February 12th, so Monday, I'm actually tackling Indigenous success and why I think it's the ultimate act of decolonization. And I'm not going to say more than that. I really hope you watch it. It's a longer video. I think it's like 20, 25 minutes. But obviously something I'm passionate about. So that's Monday's video. I shot that yesterday, I think. February 13th. And so Monday, I'm talking all about Indigenous success or success. And then I realized, but there's a whole bunch of people that are struggling. Like, what if you're at the point you're not even thinking about success? You're just trying to make it through the day. So Tuesday is all about, by the way, Monday's video on success, all the examples from my life, how I broke away from poverty and domestic violence to get the amazing life I have now. Tuesday, when we talk about struggling, I give you an example, something to do that helps, and then I show you how I used it. So again, a whole bunch of examples from my life. You might be surprised what my past life entailed. People tend to see you in your present day and just assume that's what your life was always like. Not even close in my example. Then Wednesday is Valentine's Day. And if ever there's a topic that gets people going, it's Valentine's Day. I did a video on Valentine's Day, like on Valentine's Day about Valentine's Day, because it relates to reconciliation. And the Paint the Picture segment explains that to you. So the last thing, we're already like 23 minutes into this. I love you guys so much. So much. I don't know if you have ever heard of Tom Jackson. So is he? He's Indigenous. I'm just not sure what nation. I think he's Cree. If I had to guess, I think he's Cree. But if you Googled Huron Carol by Tom Jackson, it's like one of his most well-known, amazing songs. It warms your heart. It's just beautiful, eerie and beautiful and just amazing. So anyways, quite a few years ago now, like 10, he actually came to the city I live in and did a concert. And I could not get tickets fast enough because this is someone my mom used to love. And of course, mom's gone now. And I loved his work because my mom loved his work. So, of course, excuse me. Of course, I had to go see him. And he's like tall, like, I don't know. He was on the stage and I'm sitting on the ground, of course, but like 6'7", like he's tall. He's tall. And he came walking out. And the first thing he said was he asked us, well, he welcomed us to his lodge. And he asked us if we'd been to his lodge before. Now, that may not make a lot of sense to you if you're not Indigenous, but to think of like a healing lodge or like the wigwam, like it's very specific to us. And when he said, welcome to my lodge, I was like, what? Like, what lodge? What is he talking about? We're sitting in the middle of an auditorium. But he repeated it again. And as he went on, you came to understand that to him, if we were in a conversation, then you've come into my lodge. And for one, that blew me away. For two, I totally, completely agreed with it because it's how I think of my YouTube channel and my social media channels. And what I wanted to share with you today is I'm putting the onus on you to think of what do you bring to the lodge? You know, well, I'm going to go really Christian on you for a second, but if you think of the Christmas story and the birth of baby Jesus, and the kings show up and bring gifts, so that's what they're bringing to this lodge that is the manger. So I hope that when you come to my channel, when you come to watch my videos, that you are bringing, I know you all bring respect. You would not be here if you didn't. I have the most amazing people coming to my channel. And to me, that is honoring my lodge and honoring my work. And every now and then, yep, an idiot shows up and says something ignorant or attacks somebody, and poof, they're gone. Like they're either their comment is gone, or if it's really bad, they're gone. They're blocked from the channel. And I have no problem doing that. For those people that say free speech comes with consequences. Like free speech doesn't mean, it's not even free speech does not mean you get to say whatever you want. There are consequences for what you say. And my lodge, my channel is a safe space and I answer questions, and I invite people. I always say, email me if you have a question. We'll do the dialogue that way, because I really want that going deep to happen for people to absorb it. I love hearing it resonated with you. I love hearing, like, if there's something in there that needs clarification. I don't want to hear, and I've explained this before, what it reminds you of from another culture, because this is an Indigenous centered space. And as soon as you take it off to another culture and discuss them, it's no longer Indigenous centered. And if you know anything about reconciliation, it's the fact that there are so few Indigenous centered spaces that I'm really adamant about that. So that comment will get removed, not even because it's ignorant, it's just not Indigenous centered. So I encourage Indigenous people to comment all the time, unless, of course, I mean, lateral violence is part of the healing. And one of the things we got to move past, part of the environment we live in. Violence is a reaction to oppression, and attacking Indigenous will not happen. I don't do passive aggressive. I don't do sarcasm or any of the disguises that an attack can take. So rest assured, if you're here and you comment, no one is attacking you on my page. Never. That is not happening. Safe space. I'm going to keep you safe. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. Again, I missed you so much. The course was not loved, but it's going to stay on the channel, and hopefully if you're bored one day, you can go check out the videos. I shared the stats with you. That was pretty entertaining. I hope you really enjoyed the paint the picture segments. I would love to hear what you think of those. Give you a sneak peek of what's coming up next. By the way, if you get on my email list, if you go to sandyboucher.com, The people on my email list get not only the daily video and an email sent to them, but they get the blog post out of my latest book. Can you see my back in the corner here is I Am Awake. So if you'd be interested in that, it's free. You got to go to sandyboucher.com and sign up to get on my list. And thank you so much for coming out to my lodge on a Saturday. You have seriously no idea how much I missed you. But I'm back, and we're going to have some conversations. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to learn and grow together and build some amazing bridges, because I believe in you, and I know you believe in me. So go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I took up enough of it, and I will see you in the next video. If you have not checked out today's podcast, please do. It's incredibly popular. And that's good. That gives me hope. Until next time, guys, I love you so much. Take care. Oh, hi, Ashley. Just signing off here. If you didn't catch it, hopefully you can catch it in the replay. Okay. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.